Hello everybody. If you're into bushcraft or that kind of thing, or traditional camping skills or outdoor skills, these little gadgets may interest you, or maybe not, who knows, we'll find out. Because they're fire starters. Different kind of fire starters to what I'm used to seeing. Quite well designed and cheap, and I'll come on to that in a second. First thing I say is, if you are into bushcraft, you probably recognise this. It's a ferrocerium rod. And generally you wouldn't get them in a rod, you'd actually get them attached to a handle or attached to a chain or something. Ferrocerium is a metal that when you scratch it with something, like a blade or hacksaw blade or the back of your knife, you get a spark. And that's good enough to get a fire going with the right kind of tinder. Tinder being bits of wood or fluff or certain types of tree bark, or even just a piece of cloth soaked in petrol or whatever. Not the dating app, because I'm sure you can start a fire using that, but it would be a different kind of fire altogether. Now these are quite interesting and cheap little fire starter kits that I found on eBay. So I'll start off with this one. It says here outdoor EDC, which I assume means outdoor everyday carry. It's very lightweight. You could put it on your keyring or shove it in your bag and forget about it. It's the sort of thing you could give to a scout if they're really into camping, and they would love it. So anyway, I'll open it up and show you what it looks like. So the tip screws off, and there's a bit of fluff in there, which is tinder. The next section comes off, and you have your ferrocerium rod embedded into it. And up the top, there's a little bit of hacksaw blade there. Just a little bit, but enough to do the job. So I want to show you this in action. I'm going to bring out the Pyrex bowl because I don't want to burn down my shed. I'm sure one day it's going to happen. I am so tired. So anyway, hopefully this will work. If not, then I might have to edit the video a bit. Finally, blow that out before it burns the place down. So there you go. It's quite a simple little thing, really, and very convenient. I paid, I think, like less than $2. I think it was about $1.50, postage included, which, when you think about it, is an absolute bargain. The one thing I will notice about this, there does appear to be a tip, a hard metal tip on it, which I cannot for the world figure out what it's for. So if anyone knows, could you please say so in the comments and enlighten me? I suspect it's actually for for rubbing against other scratching surfaces such as magnesium or something like that there, because the metal is quite a hard piece of metal. I'm trying to put this back the right way here. It's easier said than done. And yeah, so that's it. I'll put the links in the bottom to what this is, to where you can find it. Not bad at all. Now the other one, it's a whole different kettle of fish altogether. It looks like a bit like a hip flask, or potentially a hip flask for ants. It's quite small, very lightweight. Rubber, got this sort of rubber or plastic body. There's a ferrocerium striker along the side. And when you take the top off, you get what looks like a piece of metal with a striker embedded in it and some kind of fluff. And it also smells of petrol or gasoline. So the Zippo fluid in here. And this is how it works. Do that again. Ingenious, really, when you think about it. So yeah, basically I'm assuming that this is made of the same material that the wick in a Zippo lighter is made from, so it won't itself go on fire. It merely holds the lighter fluid, and that's what burns. What I like about this is you put a few drops of Zippo fluid in here, and you seal it up. It's completely airtight, so unlike a Zippo or petrol lighter, which will evaporate even if you don't use it, this is fairly safe in terms of holding the fuel inside. It's never going to evaporate. It's always going to be available for you. And this was $1. I really like this. This is good design. So there you go, 2 interesting little fire starters. Cheerio.